Hi guys, how you doing? Today's video is going to be very, very quick. Not as in time-wise, but as in like what's going to be said. This is all about what happens in your head when you're actually riding, what you look out for. But what I look out for, this isn't necessarily what you should look out for. But this is what I look out for on a daily basis. Now this roundabout, you can't really see from the right, so you have to be careful when you approach it. Look right, look left, going around the roundabout, looking ahead at the junction in front of you, make sure no one pulls out in front of you. Check over your shoulder, come off the roundabout. So it's going to be like that. That's how quick the talking is going to be on this one. Everything that I think, everything that I do, I am going to narrate to you so you get an idea of what's going through my head. And this is the stuff that you have to think about when you're vlogging as well. So let's get started, shall we? Here we go. Making sure my distance is okay from the car in front, checking my mirrors of the car at the back to make sure it's not up my arse. Looking down the road, seeing there's no gaps I can't overtake. So what I do is I'll sit here, stay on the right hand side of the lane so that I can see down the road. Look at the girl as you go past because that's what you're meant to do. Looking down the road, I could overtake but there's an island coming up. Still staying on the right hand side so I can see every now and then, checking my rear mirror. Getting annoyed because it's raining a little bit and it's spraying on my cheek. Same as usual, just sitting here checking the mirrors every now and then, keeping an eye down the road and keeping aware of the cars in front's brake lights and the distance I've got between me and the car. Looking to overtake here because I can, looking in my mirror, looking over my shoulder, seeing a van coming in, pull straight in really quickly because I could be dead. Going to be straight on the roundabout, looking to the right, make sure there's nothing coming, look to the left, make sure I'm not going to ride into anything, look over to the right one final time before I pull out to make sure there isn't anything coming still. Going to undertake this lorry a little bit, so we're going to go whoop. So what I did then is I was checking my left hand side, I checked my mirrors, there was nothing coming, then I undertook the lorry, which is a bit naughty of me, but still I don't like getting stuck behind them. Going a little bit faster now, making sure I'm not too close to the car in front, not looking to overtake at this point because I can't see around the corner because there's a left hand turn. Looking down the road, can see it's a bit more trafficy, don't really feel like overtaking just at the moment. Staying to the right hand side so that when I'm ready to overtake I will. Seeing my gap, going down a gear, rearing it up a little bit, coming up behind the lorry, not too close because otherwise I go straight into the back of him. Staying on the right hand side of the lane, can smell the smoke of weed. Ended up being a bit close to this car, not going to overtake on the right hand side because I can't really see down the road. Looking in my mirror, car's a little bit close to me. Once I can see down the road, I'll think about overtaking. Staying on the right hand side so the car in front can see me in his mirror, and looking down the road, seeing my gap behind that lorry. No cars coming, there's a car coming, so I'm not going to go and do it. After the silver car, which is the second one I'm going to overtake, so I'm already down a gear. That's alright, get ready to accelerate. Accelerate straight forward into the right hand lane, not too close to the traffic on the left hand side. Checking the left shoulder, into the lane, there you go. Seeing the lorry in front, notice that there's quite a lot of traffic up front, so you don't know if there's any gaps that you can go into when you overtake. Seeing that there's a gap up front, seeing that there's about, say, 25 feet or so in front of the lorry in front and for the next car, so what I have to do is accelerate, but don't accelerate too hard so that I can go into the gap without going into the car in front. Seeing the car, pulling out, looking over in the mirror, seeing the car coming, going back on myself a little bit and deciding to pull into this gap behind this car. Because I didn't accelerate too hard, I can manage it without going into his rear bumper. Car's pulling over to the left because he knows I'm going to overtake. I'm going to take advantage of that. Every time I'm pulling out, I'm looking over my shoulder a little bit. I know there's nothing coming because I'm keeping an eye on my mirrors at all times. Solid white lines, I don't feel like overtaking those, and it's a right hand corner, so yeah, it's in my best interest. Seeing that there's brake lights in front, the car in front is actually quite close to the micro in front of that, so I figured I'll sit back a little bit just in case he has to put his brakes on because he's a bit of a twitchy driver, which is a bit of a prick because when behind him we'll end up going to the back of him and probably dying. I know based on past knowledge of this road that the solid white lines are going to end just after this right hand turn, so I look down the road because I've got a little bit of a straight here and I can see there's hardly any cars coming. When the double lines sort of stop, you can see there's a car coming, so I'll accelerate quite a bit, then come back behind this little Audi. See there's a few cars up in the distance, so I'm not looking to overtake just yet, but I stay in the right hand side of the lane to make sure that the car in front can see and that I can see down the road. Going to overtake just this car, it's pulled over a little bit to the left. And there's a big gap. I've noticed that there's no cars coming, so I'm going to go for a stretch. Pulling out in front when I need to, going down a gear, making sure that I've got enough to get out there in time. Now there's no cars in the way, there's no one to overtake, so I'm more towards the centre of the lane. I know that I'm going to be going left at the junction, so I'm checking my mirrors every now and then, even if there's no traffic. Could be a bike that pulls up behind me. Going left, checking over the left shoulder, going over the bump and hurting your testicles. Going down a little bit of a gear because this is a bit of a faster turn. There's a bump on this corner, so just be relaxed on the bars. Go around, look over your right shoulder, make sure there's nothing coming. Check your mirror, look over your shoulder one more time, then pull in. Bit windy and the cars are going a bit slow, so just be careful that none of them are going to indicate there. For the van, what's called the 4x4 in front, is a little bit close to the car in front. He doesn't know what to do, so he's going to be a bit twitchy at some point. You find that when a car gets too close and the car in front of that is going a bit slow, that the one behind it will get confused. And I'm missing a car. There it is. It's in my blind spot. So checking my blind spot, I knew that there was a car there. Overtaking the car in front, checking over my shoulder. Staying here, because of the signs, it says that these two lanes are going on straight forward. The two right-hand lanes are going straight on as well, but they're two separate. Technically, they're kind of two separate roads. Getting up to 70 miles an hour, checking all my mirrors, making sure there's nothing coming up behind me, making sure I'm not causing any problems. If I really feel like it, then I'll pull into the left-hand lane, because then, you know, people can overtake me, but I know no one's going to, because I'm quicker. So just staying as it is at the moment. You can stay slightly on the right-hand side of your lane, or go slightly towards the middle, it doesn't really matter. I know that I'm going to be going, here comes the junction on the left hand side, both of the markers, you've got 3, 2, 1, here comes the 1, which means it's not going to be very long. The road's going to separate, checking my right side, making sure this white car doesn't instantly go to the right, nothing coming from the mirrors, checking over my shoulder, getting to the right hand lane because I'm going right at the roundabout. Going right at the roundabout, looking ahead, seeing if there's any cars coming. I can see them underneath the bridges, I see my gap right behind this people carrier, straight in there. Going right, checking the junction in front to make sure no one pulls out, checking the junction up there just in case someone does happen to be going the wrong way, checking at this junction here to make sure no one pulls out there, there's no cars coming, cool, stay in the right hand lane. I'm going to be going left at this one, so I'm checking my mirror as I'm going past, checking over my shoulder, I'm fine, pull in, cool. Now I'm going to be going right at this roundabout, checking down the road to make sure there's no cars coming, can't see anything at the moment, still looking, can't see anything coming around the roundabout either, so yeah. Checking the left hand junction, make sure this person doesn't pull out, stick your knee out, and there you go. That's just a quick idea of what goes through your head. Whew, I'm tired.
Hi guys, I'd just like to say sorry for letting you down because I haven't been updating Biker Babe Watch, and now it's time for me to give you 2 Biker Babe watches.